Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis prepare to enter negotiations for a fight with one another.
In the ongoing clash of southpaws, where Tank and Shakur are the last two standing, Tank Davis has revealed Shakur Stevenson as his next opponent.
Because Shakur Stevenson is that difficult, because of his style, because of his abilities, because of his eyes, because of his, his legs, that his hand speed, the way that he controls range. Tank Davis is the only guy that I can see that could possibly decipher that style and beat Shakur Stevenson.
After more than a year since making his comeback to the ring, the Baltimore fighter showed why he is regarded as one of boxing's biggest names in true form when he defeated Frank Martin at the MGM Grand last month. It was time for a new challenge, a title unification, but this meant taking on other champions like Vasyl Lomachenko. Stevenson, Shakur, and Barak Dennis. As time passed, discussions about a potential match with the Ukrainian Olympic gold medalist gained momentum. Unfortunately, the excitement was short-lived. Reports indicate that the medalist chose to step back and spend time with family, leaving both the boxing world and fans confused. However, there wasn't much time for prolonged disappointment. Enter Newark-born southpaw, who has now responded in kind. It seems the stage is set for the fight everyone has been eagerly awaiting boxing.
Been used, and I touched on it earlier, like you said, duck, that he ducked. I thought about it, and I'm thinking like, I was hard on Fury when the negotiations kind of fell through with Usyk. So I gotta stay, neutral across the board, man. I gotta be fair across the board. You want to call this a duck? It's a duck. There's no doubt about it. It's literally a duck. But I think it's something deeper, man. And I keep saying that, but because Loma's the type of guy that don't duck any smoke. However, when I look at him and how he's been behaving as of late, I think about the fact that this isn't one time, this is twice. Now, Shakur Stevenson, I believe, Shakur Stevenson was a part of, Top Rank. They had Loma. Shakur wanted that fight. There was no way that Top Rank was going. I guess they couldn't. Loma said that he didn't want the fight. Pretty much said it. I didn't want the fight right now. So not only did he duck Shakur, he also ducked Tank. I think Loma knows.
Kingdom shared a message that both the Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson teams have been showing positive vibes for a potential fight in the future. Public statements from both Team Tank Davis and Team Shakur Stevenson suggest both teams are open to making the super fight next. The two have sparred hundreds of rounds over recent years, including one 20-minute round in a Baltimore gym in 2017. It reads fans might want to revisit Frank Martin's post-fight press conference. Remember Tank Davis' comments about a potential fight with Shakur Stevenson? That seems like a distant memory now during his talk at M-City Boxing. Even Kenny Ellis Davis's longtime trainer expressed optimism that a bout with the Rio Olympic silver medalist now appears to be the next logical step after the Loma fallout. Having successfully defended his...
How do you see, your boxing brain, how do you see that fight going?
That's a great fight, I think that's 50-50, these two great guys, two sharp guys, and that's a great fight.
You feel like, is it 50-50? You feel like that?
No.
Or is this political boost giving me, or you feel like, is it really 50-50?
No, I really think it's 50-50. They both great fighters, though. Like we're not going to know till they get in the ring.
For sure.
I can say all I want. It don't really matter. But I think it's a 50-50 fight.
I think so, too.
That's a great match. Shakur is sharp. He know how to box. He's technical. Tank, he's sharp. He box. He power. He box. He can do everything. So I don't know, I think that's going to make up.
Title for the first time since becoming a lightweight champion last year, Shakur Stevenson is now eyeing his next major challenge. While playful banter and exchanges from their spar days continue, they can be set aside in pursuit of a bout that's on every boxing. The fight between these two champions is one of the best in recent memory, but how will it go and will fans see the Tank? Despite both sides appearing to be preparing for a bout, it's important to note that fans will never forget how the Baltimorean inked his colleague, who was born in Newark, on the now famous hit list. Fans' wish lists explain the magnitude of the potential fight with Tank Davis, saying it's like the biggest fight in the world. If we really think about it, every hood in America is going to want to watch that fight. That's the game plan for me and the end goal. Fans now that he's free to sign. His last fight under top level was on June 6th versus Artem Heron. As a result, concerns about Persgar Guwane as expenditure coverage now. Both parties will need to think about marketing agreements, sponsorship, and television rights. Shakur Stevenson has previously expressed interest in competing against the Matrix. If one of them wins or loses, they may both go up against Lomachenko the following year. The winner of this fight may reunite with their title, while the loser could potentially have a chance to fight for a new championship. After proving his detractors wrong, the Ukrainian champion is probably aware that his career is coming to an end. False. Having won 3 divisions this year, a matchup with Tank Davis or Shakur Stevenson the following year would greatly improve his legacy. In the meantime, promoter Bob Arum has declared that Vasily Lomachenko will return to the ring in 2025. Lomachenko chose to push back his unification match with WBA lightweight champion Davis, which was originally set for November, in order to concentrate on resuming his career. Arum has not stated if Lomachenko will take on Tank when he returns in 2025, but even if that fight doesn't happen, Lomachenko could still make a lucrative living by challenging Shakur Stevenson and WBO champion Denise Baranek. Should Lomachenko choose not to engage in combat, given that Davis has avoided doing business with Lomachenko for a beneficial 6 years, it's possible that they may settle scores. The significance of Lomachenko's presence has only lately come to light, and there are positive reasons why. IBF lightweight champion Lomachenko's potential retirement has been conjectured by fans. This rumor stems from his choice to forego a well-publicized fight with Tank Davis, which would have been a great chance for him and possibly his largest career payoff by a wide margin. The 36-year-old Lomachenko's team is furious with Davis for changing his mind about the fight, accusing him of avoiding the challenge. Davis's team, on the other hand, fails to realize that Davis himself avoided facing Lomachenko for the previous 6 years, when there was a substantial chance he would defeat Gervonta. Now that Lomachenko is older and perceived as more vulnerable, Team Tank is eager to take on Lomachenko. The strategy, which some boxing fans believe has helped Davis advance in his career, is textbook cherry-picking. Tank's management has been carefully scheduling fights since the beginning, and it has been successful. However, this methodical approach has noticeably slowed Davis's rise in popularity, resulting in generally modest pay-per-view sales with the exception of his notable success against Ryan Garcia. Promoters Bob Arum and Vasyl Lomachenko spoke with ProBox TV about Lomachenko, saying that Lomachenko has made and saved money and we will see him again. If you don't think you can hang with Tank, put a fork in you, it's done. It would be difficult for him to return to sport. However, I believe LMA retired without stating that he did so, thus Bradley is wrong. Tim Bradley to Sean ZD's YouTube channel, because Ukraine is at war, Lomachenko may be stressed and focused on other issues. With the exception of his remarkable performance versus Ryan Garcia, Tank's management has been meticulously planning matchups from the start, and it has been effective. However, this methodical approach has noticeably hindered his increase in popularity, leading to relatively modest PPV buys. Bradley stated that it's a business and that whoever the younger fighter is making the money is what they want to win. I'm not sure what Lomachenko is going through, but political slams are common in boxing, and it's no secret that referees and judges frequently side with well-known opponents. While sanctioning bodies, fighters provide standing 8 counts even when they are about to be knocked out and may order rematches for boxers who are unsuccessful. However, they seldom give the same regard when less well-known. Fighters face unfair treatment, so dealing with family, friends, and other issues must be stressful. He also added that he got killed while fighting in a war, so my hat goes off to him. On a different note, I hope he's okay if he decides to hang them up. All in all, he's had a stellar career, made his money, made his mark, and made history. Though it appeared that Lomachenko had defeated Devon Haney, the judge's decision to award the victory to the younger, more well-liked fighter cast a shadow over the sport and did little to help Haney. Bradley said he didn't accomplish his last goal of becoming the undisputed lightweight champion, but that's fine. You accomplished a lot, and you've revolutionized the sport. The sport is different now because of LMA. Many men are currently attempting to compete for a world championship at a faster pace, and many more are attempting to imitate L's footwork. When you have that type of impact, people are trying to imitate your technique because you are a legendary figure. In boxing, Bradley Manio has accomplished a lot, and he is frequently imitated more than the well-known Tank. Davis, who mostly depends on his strength, the door appeared to be open for a match between the champions, which Lomachenko had been pursuing for years. However, things took a turn for the worse when Kus, Lomachenko's manager, revealed that his fighter would not be returning this year due to a lack of motivation in a conversation with Hall of Fame fighter-turned-analyst Tim Bradley. Bradley expressed his admiration for the Ukrainian, calling the move nothing short of a duck. Bradley talked about L's decision to call off his fight with Tank, thinking back to the term duck, which refers to avoiding a battle. He acknowledged that he had been critical of Tyson Fury after. His talks with Usyk broke down and believed he should apply the same criteria in this situation. Bradley agreed that labeling it a duck was appropriate, but he thought there was a more serious problem since LMA, who was previously known for taking on difficulties head-on, had stopped avoiding conflicts. You want to call this a duck, it is a duck. No doubt about it. It is literally a duck. But I think it's something deeper, man, and I keep saying that, but because LMA is the type of guy that doesn't duck any smoke, but when I look at him and how he's been behaving as of late, I think about the fact that this isn't one. I believe that Shakur Stevenson was a member of the top-ranking team with an LMA. Shakur desired the battle, but there was no way for it to happen.